Welcome back. This is the GSL Code S. We're going to go into our second best of 3 now with our only Protoss in the group. The rest of the group is Zerg heavy.
Deer versus DRG. It's actually going to be a really good match, I think, Tasteless. Deer is a very strong Protoss. He's just solid in every way. And he's a little bit stylistic, I have to say, in this matchup.
He certainly is.
He definitely likes his Hydraling.
I would say DRG's strongest matchup is ZVT. Would you agree?
Oh, for sure.
And with no Terrence here.
Thing is, we haven't seen his ZVP this season, so I don't really... Well, we saw it during the up and down a little bit, but... it's good. It's good, too. We'll have to see how well he actually performs against Deer, though.
This is going to be interesting. Here's a shot at Deer now.
That's right. From Team
Deer,
Soul.
If you might not be familiar with Deer, because he has not as old school as somebody like DRG. Have been watching GSL for a while.
Yes.
But he is very, very scary.
Well, Deer he's like one of the top Kespa players, kind of quietly one of the top. He doesn't like...
Yeah, he's kind of in the shadows of the other pro gamers, but in a way he shouldn't be considering his skill level.
If he was... No one seems to think about him. Basically, if you play Fire Emblem, he's basically Kellum.
Now, here's DRG. Now, before the season started, a lot of people thought DRG was a good Zerg, one of the fan favorites, but kind of like a Marine King, where you don't expect him to win the tournament anymore. He won a Code S a while ago against Genius, but I'd say probably one of the more memorable Code S's we ever had for a finals. But this, in the round of 32, I should say, he played absolutely phenomenally, like the best we've ever seen.
The best CVT we've ever seen, for sure.
Ever. And everybody was surprised. And now, we're sort of asking ourselves, is this guy, is he back and better than ever? Is he going to go all the way?
I think there's a good chance that he'll go very, very deep in this tournament. Like, I could definitely see him getting a top 4 at finals, maybe even a victory with how good his ZVT is. Like, if your ZVT is that good, I can't wait to see how good, because we're going to see both his other matchups today. So we're going to be able to make a very good
measurement of where his skill's at.
We're going to be able to put him on the nerd scale and see just how many grams he's made out
of. Well, looks like our first map's going to be Derelict Watcher.
Derelict Watcher, this is a map that definitely can be annoying for Protoss taking the third base. As you get later in the game, of course, the bases are kind of spread out for everybody and easy to harass. But
good map for Zerg to counter on, by the way, when it gets into the late game here, which could really reward the playstyle that DRG has. And the question is, can Deer, who did so well in the round of 32, do just as well here in a group that's, I'd say, even tougher?
Would say so.
All right, well, we're going to find out soon as we enter into our second best of 3 today with Deer, our only Protoss, against DRG. He's back. One of the best Zergs in the world.
You can tell I'm excited by the way my heart is beating. I'm gonna need a riot squad to help control my breathing. Communicating with faces like
In the upper right, we have our Protoss player with a very unique play style. In the purple, he is
So Deer.
We don't get a lot of players in purple, right?
No.
It matches his outfit, of course, but...
Does it?
It does, yeah. Over here in the bottom left, we have our Zerg player playing better than we've ever seen him play before. He is
MVP DongRaeGu.
And does blue match his outfit?
It does.
All right.
Yeah, we're all color coordinated here.
Sick.
All right, nice. We got some Canadians here. Dodgeball. Did you ever play dodgeball?
I was the king.
In
elementary school, I was actually the king.
Pretty good at dodgeball.
They actually had the janitor come out to eliminate me at the end of each recess.
Really?
Yeah, because I was the best in the school.
I was trying to imagine your
I would just dodge the ball.
6th grade floppy nerd body. Just take
actually, it was like 5th. It was in elementary school. I didn't play in middle school.
Oh, see, for me, in my elementary school, they went up to 6th grade, and then my middle school, 7th and 8th.
Yeah. My town was actually weird like that, but.
Well, no, from what I understand, supposedly the best kind of schools that you're supposed to go to, send your kids to, are kindergarten through 8th grade.
That sounds about right.
It's better for the development. Basically, when you take a kid out of out of
the most
6th
stressful
grade,
thing in the world.
and put him in 7th grade, and suddenly it's like it's like a faux adult environment where they're trying to take on too many things that they think high schoolers do.
The first day of 6th grade.
Whoa.
Oh,
we just caught a
wish
shot
we had caught that, DRG.
Misclick of that with the workers.
The first day of 6th grade reminds me, the way that I looked at it was a lot like what they say you're supposed to do first day of prison, like pick a fight and stuff like that.
Like for 7th grade,
that was too stressful. All the schools combining into one.
Stuff. Yeah, and then,
oh god.
Some people they had boyfriends and girlfriends, and I'm like I've never kissed a girl.
Don't worry, they hadn't either.
That went on for years and years and years for a while. What'd you say?
They hadn't either. Don't worry about that in 6th grade.
Oh man, my school was pretty wild.
Was it?
Yeah. Dude,
we're girlfriend, boyfriend in my school, they would say, and you just hold hands and
yeah, man, it'd be awkward.
Yeah, totally awkward.
I had this
not as awkward as Artosis, but pretty awkward.
I had this girl that I wrote a note to that asked her to be my girlfriend in 7th grade.
Oh boy!
And
I would give anything for that note.
She said she said yes, and then I hung out with her once. And then she didn't call me, and I was too scared to call her for 3 months, but I kept telling people I had a girlfriend.
Oh, my God. What grade were you in?
This was 7th grade.
Right?
This was 7th grade. And I was like, and then she, it's like I didn't know what to do because I had to keep this lie going because people thought I was dating her. Like my parents did too. And how's your girlfriend? And I'm like, oh, they're good. She's good. And I have nothing to say, and it was
oh my God.
It was getting worse and worse. I had to keep this con going.
Tasos was not always as awesome as he is now.
No.
Actually, in some ways, that's more awesome than you are now.
By the way, we got a Protoss wallet in here.
Yeah.
With the cybernetics score and pylon. So when that cybernetics score is done, we're going to know what Protoss wants to do.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny build here from DRG to be getting such a quick Zergling speed. He has taken his drones off gas, but against a Nexus First Forge Fast expansion, there's no question that Deer has a bit of a lead right now.
Yeah,
because against something like this, the absolute optimal play would be the 3 hatches, get your gases around 6:10 or so. And the fact that he's almost got speed done in his 3rd hatcheries this late, it's a nice opening for Deer. I feel like DRG blindly maybe thought going into this build that there would be a gateway expand, which his build would be great against. But against this, there's not any real point for the speed. Not, it's obviously speed.
You're
useful,
going to get rid of probes and stuff, but you're not going to be in the place that you want to be in.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do have that Stargate coming out. And an Oracle being made. Exciting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was definitely not what I was expecting.
No, certainly not. And normally when you see an Oracle... Yeah, if you see an Oracle, normally I like to see it with a Zaw and a Stalker opening where they bruise the Queen at the 3rd and then the Oracle flies in, but none of that's happened, so...
Now, he should have gotten a glimpse that is the Oracle making there.
Yep. You know what, I feel like what he's probably going to do here, this is not going to be a Queen-killing Oracle, I don't think. I think what this is going to be is a go and kill 4 drones and get out Oracle.
Could be, and he might want to follow this up with the timing and use that to observe or something like that. I mean, we'll have to see.
Well, it looks like he's going to take the 3rd base while this is going down. Here comes that Oracle. Let's see what he can get done. Oh, he's going after those drones. 1 down, 2 down, 3.
Oh, is he going to get that 4th? Nope. A little bit of miscontrol there. DRG
was pretty quick on that move, and so it was a fly in, get 3 drones, and fly out Oracle, not the 4 drone like I thought, but close enough, I guess. It's kind of cool to see people playing around with an Oracle in a way like that now.
Well, there was a period where Oracles were not being used at all.
Yeah, in this matchup, the thing is, the Queens are always there, and the Spores come out. But making your first one as an Oracle and flying it in like that, you force the Spores a lot earlier and stuff like that, so you're doing damage that you don't even see as well from the earlier Spore Crawlers.
That's true, yeah. The Zerg does have to react. And you put up fail saves to make sure they're going to be okay against that.
Kind of neat.
I like the quick 3rd here from Deer as well.
Yeah, that's cool. He's going into Void Ray production right now and getting the Twilight, so it makes me think it's going to be one of these hybrid Sky Toss gateway type things. But no, actually, he's adding so many gates and no 2nd or 3rd Stargate.
I was talking about here. He's getting +1, and he's got that Twilight Council on the way.
This is pretty cool. With that many gateways coming out, will you be getting Blink, or will you be going for Zealot with another Void Ray, a 3rd Void Ray on the way? I almost feel like this could be a charge build.
Yeah, it could be. The way the gas looks like it's going to balance out.
Huh. We'll see on that in just a second.
Oh, it's going to be Blink. Okay.
Okay, cool. It's kind of neat that he's pairing the Blink with the Void Rays. This is like a very fresh and cool build that we're watching right here from Deer. I don't think I've seen anything quite... I definitely haven't seen this exact build before.
I've never seen this exact build before. And, it's not quite going to be scattered. This is, I think, not something that you would predict coming.
Certainly not, no.
Could he be going for Void Ray Stalker Blink? Probably not.
An Oracle into third base into 1 Stargate Void Rays with +2 Blink Stalker. By the way, a lot of sentries as well. Yeah, no, I don't think he... I don't think so. Whoa! He actually might have gone out of there if he hadn't done that, but...
Yeah, I think so.
That was a hard one to call, actually. I thought it was going to die, and then he turned and maybe it wouldn't have.
Well, he's going to get a robotics facility.
And it looks like he's going to come down here. Oh, I love moves like this, Tasteless, with just a...
Whoa, hold on. Sentries.
And he actually ends up saving them. Really nice force fields.
He did lose the force fields he probably wanted to use to attack with.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know what, DRG, he's not in a terrible spot here or anything. He's actually going to have his Spire done. He's getting Zergling upgrades. He's going to grab a few Hydras to try to help out against this. This hatchery, though, is definitely going to go down, and that is the biggest pain of all. The fact that he doesn't go up to 4 bases makes it so that even if he's going into Mutas here, it's not as good a spot as he would have been in. You really want those 4 bases.
I got to wonder how many times DRG's experienced this. I know he gets to play more than you and I, but, I mean, this is... this is a weird build, guys. This is not normal. Oh, hallucinating 2 Phoenixes here to do a little bit of scouting. He needs to figure out where he can strike, if he can strike.
Well, those 2 scouts are going to see that he is making quite a few Hydras right now, has a good amount of Lings with decent upgrades, and he definitely isn't going to move out quite yet. He's teching up right now to his Colossus. These are great upgrades for Deer. DRG, I don't really like the position DRG is in here at all, Tasteless. He's sitting here making Hydras, and when that's what you're doing on 3 bases against a Protoss that has had 3 bases for this long, that's not,
Do we have
not a good place to be.
A pylon on the map? I don't think he's actually got anything to reinforce. All right, now the Void Rays are going to be driven out here, mostly only losing shields.
Dude, this
is completely fine.
This is such a cool build. Basically, he's using the little Void Ray... that's normally something you only see with, for instance, the way Alicia plays Sky Toss, Axiom Alicia. Will fly around with some Void Rays in the Mothership Court early on like this. But he's just, making him keep units back by floating those outside and then walking around with this army kind of posturing. It's a really cool play.
All right, we're going to have an engagement here.
Uh-oh, that is a lot of Lings.
Really good force fields here.
There we go. Some okay force fields coming up now. He's already used his blink. It looks like he's going to lose every single sentry here.
Yeah, and now he's going to have the Stalkers run away. More Stalkers coming in here. He needs to move that Zealot if he wants to get inside. Okay. I don't know if he should actually be going out here.
Well, let's see. He has a lot of blink Stalkers. He can't be losing the 3rd base, and he knows that. He's going to have to blink back quite a bit. Let these Zealots do some of the fighting for him. But these Hydras keeping a good concave down there at the bottom of the ramp. He's going to need this Colossus to pop out.
And now the Stalker's just going to blink away gently. And that will, again, make the Zerg try to pressure into the 3rd here. I like the Void Ray placement here to apply pressure. And with the Warp Prism, if Deer can multitask correctly, if he gets the Warp Prism into the main, he could do a ton of damage there.
Oh, that could be huge for him, especially since DRG is still on 3 bases and rallying all his units across the map. We do have Colossi popping out at this point, and here we go. It is out. Oh, this army of DRGs is going to have to run away.
Nice blinking there on top of the Hydras. Now pressing forward here, and there's going to be another blink. Those Hydras are so expensive.
And you know what? He's thrown up a couple Stargates as well. Now that he's starting to show his Colossi, he's decided to go into a lot of Void Rays here. He's even making a Phoenix at the moment. I think he thinks there's a Mutalisk switch coming, but in fact, it's just a bunch of Corruptors. And once he realizes it's a bunch of Corruptors and he actually goes properly into Void Ray Colossus, I don't know what DRG is going to do.
I got to be critical, though, of Deer here. He's not using that Warp Prism at the bottom right.
That is true.
Which is surprising, to say the least.
That is the one thing that he definitely is messing up on right now. If he had that over harassing the main base a little bit, then this would be an almost perfect game. But, well, except for that one engagement where he lost all those sentries, he was a little bit too far out on the map for that.
Looks like the probe will be picked off here. Now remember, the 4th and 5th base for both races is hard to hold because it's just it's far out. Your your second and your main as well, and the third are all subject to being attacked here. And this could not be owned any harder.
Ooh. Well,
there's one Zealot got out, and he will live to tell the tale.
All right, so these Zealots going across the map going to be cleaned up very easily as well. Looks like Deer going to send a little detachment up to that top left. If he can snipe that hatch, that's a big, big deal.
All right, looks like he might...
I don't know if... this army's pretty close.
Yeah,
and if he loses all those stalkers without killing the hatch, that's pretty painful.
Again,
maybe.
Is he going to get it?
I think just barely not.
Yeah, barely not. That's too bad.
Kind of close there, but...
And now he's going to push out. Now, Zerg's maxed out. Protoss is at 180, 186 now, so nearly maxed out.
He does have that +3 against one, the upgrades of +2 carapace and +1 on each attack.
Yeah.
A lot of Void Rays
up
still
here. This Observer could be picked up, and is.
Dude, this army is so much better for Deer right now.
The Void Rays are going to do fantastic.
Yeah, the Void Rays are so scary. 7 Void Rays right now. They don't have any plus attack, but that's okay. Look at this. Just going to charge those up. Just absolutely eradicate every single Corruptor. The Zerglings being taken out. That front line of Zealots just thick enough to keep those Zerglings off.
Yeah, the Colossi here just doing too much damage. The Stalkers blink on top. Today is the day of upsets, man.
Well, Deer
is pretty wild.
A lot of people don't think about him as much as a lot of these other big-name Protosses out there, or big-name players of any race, really. But Deer has been and will continue to be for quite some time one of these top Protoss players that can knock out anybody.
It's really exemplifying what we've talked about with the every Protoss player has to have his own style, unlike the other races.
It's so common to see that. And he's definitely shown a lot of style here today. GG. That was one of the coolest strats that I've seen. Thing is, let's talk actually about some things DRG actually kind of messed up on, right? He went kind of blindly with a quick speed, which isn't as good against a Nexus First Forge Fast Expand.
Yeah.
The third base was very quick by Deer. DRG was teching up to Aspire and then didn't use it. He had to go ahead and go for Hydras because there was a lot of... It looked like Sky Toss coming out of Deer, so he's like, well, I'm not going to go Mutas against Sky Toss. That would be silly. And then he got lucky by catching that army. Not exactly lucky. It was more of a Deer mess-up. But if Deer hadn't messed up that one army move out, this game would have been even more one-sided.
Yeah. A really interesting opener there from Deer. We've never seen anything like that. And it transitioned perfectly.
No, that was a fantastic play by Deer. I'm so impressed with that build. He won Oracle to pick off drones and then do some light harassment, forcing spores. And the thing is, he's not going for anything that wants to get into the mineral line, which would be Phoenixes. He's instead going for Void Rays to do the faux Sky Toss pressure. It's really cool. That is different. I like it. My head is just clapping.
And the funny thing is that he never even got to use that Warp Prism.
Yeah, no, he
was already winning. He messed up and didn't even use that, and it didn't matter.
That game could have been so ridiculously one-sided if he had not messed up with his army out in the middle and he had used the War Prism. Oh my god.
Well, looks like it's time to go to game number 2 here. Is Deer going to close this out, or will DRG even this out? We're going to find out soon here at GOMTV.net.